So today is January 10th, and we see ISS astronauts having an evacuation from the ISS. This is the first time in history, 25-year history, that the ISS is evacuated, an earlier departure than planned. This is significant, and it's not entirely clear. They are not being clear about what happened here, because NASA is saying that because of the private nature of medical emergencies, nothing can be revealed. Okay, not even who it is, but four astronauts are returning. To me, this resonates with what I said less than 1 month prior to this. I said that ISS should be abandoned. I'm going to show this to you, and then I'm going to continue to talk. So there's going to be links to all of this, okay? So I'll play something here now. Me personally, well, I think the ISS and the space stations should be abandoned. Yes. Project Space is no longer possible, basically. So that's a video from less than 1 month prior to the evacuation of ISS, the first time in history. And this video where I mention this is a video where I describe a new physics formula that I have discovered. And this physics formula implies that there is already too much space debris in space, in low Earth orbit. And I used data from NASA and from good sources to put into my formula that I have deduced. And it's a new physics formula. And from when doing like this, you see that there is too much debris. Like the formula measures this, okay? So it's a big deal, okay? What I'm doing here is, when it comes to this, is a big deal. I talked a lot about this, and also, if you are not brain dead, you see a connection to La Constellation, and my video about this, the Switzerland New Year fire on La Constellation in Switzerland. And also, you remember the actor in Men in Black. His daughter passed away also on the New Year. She died on New Year's 2025, 2026. And it's, what was his name? Agent K, I think. Agent K. He was looking on a satellite on his wife. Like, there is a symbolism here. There's both a symbolism going on, but at the same time, I deduced a new formula in physics. It just came to me, you could say. This discovery here, it's like, yeah. So there are, this is multifaceted. There are many things at the same time going on. At the same time, you have people on the internet trying to convey a false story about what this is about. So the first installation of what is it called? SpaceX antennas on the ground for contacting the constellation. The first installation in Switzerland was just a mountain away, and it was installed in 2025. You can see the map on this image here. And the satellites are called Constellation. It's called Constellation. This is super obvious. But then again, you have people online refusing to even try to present what seems to be the most likely truth. People refuse, okay? And I will humiliate them. I'll do that to the best of my ability. I will humiliate everyone, okay? I'll do that. So maybe like some of these creeps, okay? They you know what they want to do? They want to do that to me, right? So I'm going to give you a chance here. If you want to do that, what you should do is look at this formula here. Look at the way that I deduced this. Try to find anything wrong here. There is nothing wrong with this that I deduced here. This is a new formula in physics. Okay? And the fact that no one is going to be able to show here that there's anything. I mean, so you have to realize that the mere fact that no one is opposing this, while I'm going to humiliate you guys. Many of you guys, I'm going to humiliate you, make you feel small. I'll do that because you deserve it, many of you. And you maybe would like to do that to me. And you know, if I am arrogant, if I am full of vanity, if you believe that to be true, well, then what I'm showing you right now on the screen should have that nature within it, okay? If you're a narcissist, you want to hide things, you want to brag with knowledge. If you're a narcissist, the discovery of this formula here is only meant to humiliate you guys, many of you guys here. And also lots of people on like everywhere, like there are engineers working with space. It's just going to be wasted, all of it going to be wasted, because this formula and the logic is showing that it's going to be destroyed. Mutual assured destruction. And there's also, so yeah, keep that in mind, that if there is a bit of narcissism here in me, you should be able to pick that apart. This video, you should be able to do that. Okay? So, I also want to say that in this, there's also an additional video here where I calculate the probability for cascade specifically for SpaceX, and I come to the conclusion that it's 1971% chance, meaning like this band of constellation on a certain distance from from Earth lies above the ISS. And that's why I'm saying that ISS should be abandoned. And then you see something. I basically say something like that, and then you see it in the news less than 1 month later. Okay, this is just one of the things happening, just one of them. Okay, so I want you to remember back here to the new year again. La Constellation is about constellation, something that I talked about. I talked about satellites during December of 2025, much of December. I talked about Kessler syndrome, which is the space debris, and yeah. So now we have had the first evacuation in history in the ISS. I also want you to note that after I made this video on, well, let me just show you something. Let's look at something. Here's someone else that made a video. Let's look at that a bit. The first ever evacuation.
First time ever, 4 astronauts are set to return home early from the ISS following a medical issue. Congress is about to undo NASA budget cuts for 2026. Impulse Space's space tug has Crew 11, who launched last year on August 1st. The mission's commanded by Zena Cardman, who's accompanied by pilot Mike Fink. Mission special Wednesday when it announced that a planned spacewalk would be postponed following a medical concern with one of the crew. The astronaut scheduled to perform.
So whatever. In this video, she will explain that they are not specific about what happened. So I just want to bring to the attention that if I full-heartedly believe in what I have found and in the validity of this, okay? And you have to realize that if this is bound to happen, it's maybe not something that anyone is going to say because it is humiliating. Instead, a medical emergency is like a perfect reason to bring people back, right? And also the fact that they are not specific about who had the medical emergency. I'm just saying that, okay, sure, maybe someone had a medical emergency, for real, okay? And maybe, I mean, for me, it can still be valid that someone had a medical emergency just by the power of this memetics being based on real fundamental analysis. You know, my fundamental analysis says that these satellites will be destroyed and ISS should be abandoned, right? And it could very well be that, okay, sure, maybe someone had a medical emergency. I can still believe in that. But but also at the same time, maybe not. Maybe this is just a controlled thing. I'm just saying, it can be both. But so yeah. So one last time, I want to bring to attention that there are people in doing decoding that are they are stubborn in not talking about what I talk about. And when they do like that, they're going to be like, I'm already seeing that they are uh, in the news landscape, that they're going in the wrong direction, you know, and that leads to insanity eventually. You're basically you're trying to have some kind of honesty, but then you lie, you know, you basically how do you say, yeah, it becomes fake, like all of it, because of that. That's how I see it, at least. So yeah, I wanted to say something more. What was that? Yeah, I just want to repeat one last time that during the new year you had this fire, or this fire, right? But you also had um, the death of Agent K in Men in Black. His daughter, his actual daughter, died on New Year's Eve, I believe, New Year's Day maybe, and what does a Agent K do? Well, Agent K, he looks at, wait a moment, I'll show it to you, okay? Agent K looks at his wife through a satellite, and he dreams about that, and eventually he leaves this organization and swipes his memory, or how do you say, removes his memory from this, right? This is the story around him. But people lie. People are liars. So that they will lie. It's just all a lie with people. And some decoders, okay, they just okay, I shouldn't use the word they, okay, shouldn't, but this is so obvious. It's super obvious that when this happens the same day as La Constellation fire, then you should be able to know that this is what it is about. And also, all the news during December of 2025, you can search for it on my channel. Just look through the videos quickly and you'll see that there is something going on. Okay, and I want to make a point also. It's not a conspiracy. It's the nature of the organism to just be like this. Okay, it doesn't have to be a conspiracy, guys. So, but it's still something to find a truth. Okay, bye.